Welcome back to Steam-Powered Scoundrels, a Malifaux podcast, episode 92. The Speedo is rats. It's more of a 3, Matt, let's be honest.
That's fair.
Well, with the price of gas and everything.
Vic, I'm pretty sure
format inflation.
A podcast is when you find the pods that contain pod people and you cast them as though they were on the end of a fishing lure.
Into the ocean alongside the car batteries.
Yes!
Google steam-powered Scoundrels inflation for more information.
I sure hope that's not out there anywhere.
Only
that
for
would
our
be
patrons.
so...
Okay. Almost
I have to remember Mike listens to these.
Almost definitely not. Go ahead.
That's like even more niche than like Wonder Bread guy. That's... whew.
However, out of all the podcast fan groups for Malifaux,
Yes.
I feel like ours would be most likely to commission inflation art.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That's not wrong.
Yeah.
I just...
And welcome back to Steam-Powered Scoundrels, a Malifaux podcast.
Really opened up Pandora's box there.
Uh-huh. You know that was actually supposed to be like a jug? Or like a vase?
Yeah. Pandora's vessel.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
If memory
Boss.
serves on, like, Xena, I'm fairly sure it was, and it was, like, on a time lock where she had to put her hand on it every day to, like, combination lock close it again.
Saying she has to finger her own vessel
No, whole
to
hand.
keep the
Whole
spirits.
hand.
Okay.
Her box, even.
So we got a format for you today, and it's not a Friday Night Throwdown, and it is not best laid plans or whatever the fuck our other formats are. We're going to be discussing changes from 3rd edition to 4th edition again, but this time instead of just talking about new artwork or new models, we're going to be talking about models that had to choose a side. We're going to be talking about those that have picked one of their 2 keywords and gone to that one, or changed factions, or moved from like a keyword out to versatile or vice versa, and also the ones that are no longer with us. RIP Steam Fitters. And that's pretty much it. We're just going to be discussing those. Pretty much look at it with a lore lens. Yeah, right now, I have no idea what Weird's decision-making was behind some of these. I can guess, probably, but I'm not them, and so I am not going to make any judgments on why they chose to do these things. I'm sure they have good reasons, but that doesn't mean we can't be a little bit sassy for no other reason than to be entertaining.
Yeah.
I do like being a sassy pants. Okay, so I randomly chose the order of factions. We're just going to talk about each faction individually, and we might go through all 8 of them tonight. We might go through half. We might go through just one. We're just going to play it by ear. When we decide it's a good stopping point, then we'll stop, and we'll do the rest later. There's a cat on Roman's camera, and it is very distracting.
Mm-hmm.
Impossible.
Kio's here, and Nimbus is sniffing my left ankle. And there he is.
Both of them?
Yeah!
Kitty! Roman's got 2 new kitties.
Mm-hmm.
Large kitties.
I've currently left
Right.
the... what's going
Checking
on?
the butt.
I will be right back.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, we'll take this opportunity to continue on so that Roman will just have to, like, off the cuff improvise like he's been here the entire time. Yep. Okay, so Doug randomly rolled, and we're going to start with the Outcasts, which is great because it's one of the longer lists we have.
There's a long list.
Admittedly, some of that is also just like Silas's folks he stole.
Yeah.
Also, some of it is fucking Anya's fault. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and go down the list. First up, this is going to make Nate happy.
I'm over it.
Are you?
You can still play them at least. It's not like they killed them off, which is I feel like would be a lot more upsetting.
There's only 2 models in this keyword that I'm still upset about, but we can burn that bridge when we get to it.
Bert and Gracie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the 2.
So the infamous keyword used to be dual faction between Bayou and Outcasts, and now Captain Zip has decided that he can commit more crime in the Outcasts, or he's just deciding that he's going to go all in with his boyfriend.
Yeah.
Either one. So, as much as I understand the frustration for the Bayou players to have their Sky Clown leave, I genuinely think it's a better fit, and also from a not Bayou stan out there, it's nice to see the different races intermingle with other factions.
Yeah, I think we're getting a good amount of that. So again, I'm over it. I was frustrated when they first announced it, but I don't hate it.
So
He's gotta
that's
hang out with his boyfriend.
I didn't put any of the stuff that came along with it, except for apparently. Oh, yeah.
I added all that whenever
Okay.
you asked me to sweep the list.
Okay.
I didn't know how much you wanted because there was some stuff where it was like it was brought up and wasn't brought up. So
Okay. Yeah, then we'll just quickly go down the other things that are losing their brown card for yellow. Mancha, Bert Jepson, Gracie, and the Wrestlers. Was that it? Everything else stayed in Bayou?
and like his core box stuff. So like the
Yeah.
Iron Skeeters and First Mate. First Mate also lost Swamp Fiend.
Iron Wings now.
Yes.
But, okay, yeah. Bert and Gracie no longer in the Bayou. Gracie used to be versatile? Or was that in second?
Gracie was versatile, and she was infamous. And actually, Bert and Gracie were both versatile. I think Gracie was just the only one who really got hired that often.
Yep.
Because she was actually useful on her own, whereas Bert kind of needed some setup things.
Yeah.
He was whiz bang infamous, and she was pig infamous.
And in
Okay.
second, they were mercenaries, back when that
Yes.
wasn't a keyword.
Yeah. Okay. And then
Also,
yeah.
Just right now, while we're talking about Bayou, also, or not Bayou, Infamous specifically. Also, Johan lost Infamous for some reason.
Oh, huh.
He's just versatile now.
It
kind of annoys me.
He got sick of their shit real fast.
Zip went to his faction and then he abandoned the crew.
Yeah, definitely makes the keyword feel a little smaller.
And I think that's the one thing that does, and specifically going back to my thoughts on Bert and Gracie, is the fact that I don't know that Bert and or Gracie have ever interacted with Zip ever, which is a Bayou lore problem more than anything. So, assuming in the Outcast book we get some of that, I will be more okay with it. But it's like, these characters have never connected in any way.
I don't think
to see that connection.
I don't think the captain's ever shown up in any Tony lore. I think there's a few characters like that. Roman, thoughts on Infamous going all yellow?
Lore-wise, I get it. Game-wise, it's probably gonna get me to pull Outcasts out of my display case a little bit more, so I can run them, along with my Final Fantasy Vix. But the gremlin part of me is like, I would trade Zip back for Zoraida to go back to being purple.
No. I'll fight you.
But bare minimum, can we get our versatile pig taxi back, please?
What a new pig taxi.
No, I want
It'll never
Gracie.
be her.
Yeah, no other pig taxi has a teapot as a helmet and routinely carries a Gatling gun.
Peaches.
What? Just to be silly and to mock us or whatever, we instead just get a new pig versatile that is almost the exact model called Stacy.
Stacy.
Hey, the Vix can be twins, and we've got Anna and Hannah. You know what's wrong with a pig twin?
Pig doppelganger.
I'm sorry, Victoria.
It's a pork ganger.
Pulled pork.
Pulled pork.
Okay. You doing okay, hon?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if you were just sighing over our bullshit or if recording was making you feel sick again. Yeah, and we can edit this out, but Vic just sometimes gets sick after she starts recording. She's not entirely sure why. So that's why she had to dip last time. So
yeah,
we'll just playing it safe, plying her with alcohol if at all possible.
I mean, it's probably psychosomatic. I don't know what is up with that, but
it's the first recorded case of actual physical pun allergies.
My body is just rejecting puns.
So Zip
you did have Tuco on the list. He just wasn't with the other ones. Sorry, I'm looking at the order on the list.
Yeah, I forgot about Tuco, and then I scrolled through the entire list of models and was like, oh shit, I forgot Tuco, so I added Tuco, but not with the other haplets. So Zip, I believe, was an outcast because Sky Pirate got to do the crimes, and he's doing the crimes not specifically in the Bayou, so that kind of makes sense. He's an outcast, but now he's full-blooded outcast. I feel like we are owed from Jonathan Weird a story involving Zip and Von Schill.
Yes,
oh my God.
Absolutely. Zip goes to Fryholt.
Sounds like Von Schill's nightmare.
Even better, Zip for some reason like pulls Von Schill's ass out of the fire, and he owes him, and it just eats away.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I like it.
You know he's using that favor for something stupid, though.
Absolutely.
I want this to somehow be entwined with the story we also need to see of Zip and Parker moving in together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
I feel like that's just Parker moving into the Infamous.
Yeah.
You base your bandits out of an airship.
Yeah,
the guy who's routinely on fire inside of the Zeppelin. Yeah. That'll be fine.
He's not on fire anymore.
He's a little on fire.
He's been cured of being on fire.
He's got that.
We all see those glowy eyes.
So you're saying Doc gave him some kind of cream for that burning sensation?
Just rubbing it on his eyes.
An ointment.
The pain means it's working.
Pretty sure the pain means it's flammable.
Okay.
Doc, it burns when I cry.
Thank you for building these as we go.
Yeah, I figure that's a good way so we don't double up.
Oh, right. Everyone remember this model existed in 3rd edition. The Soul Battery.
This guy.
What?
The Soul Battery.
That was the joke.
The Soul Battery.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
The discount other one, the Arcanist one.
Yeah, the essence of power with a suit.
Yellow essence of power.
Timu essence of power.
Fuck yeah.
Essence of power from Leviticus's scrapyard. Which is Timu and Malifaux.
I mean, when the first one came from Wayfair, that's saying something.
Look, our new chair came from Wayfair, and it's a very nice chair.
That was fun.
I do actually really like this model, but
it's a nice model. It was just completely pointless as far as the vibe I got from everyone that played Honeypot and Amalgam was why the fuck does this thing exist? But now it's a totem, so you gotta
have to have it. Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say out of the two, this one makes the most sense.
Yeah, it didn't really. I mean, it's got the suit, and so I could see the gambler, maybe depleted vibe, but yeah, there's enough of that in that keyword anyways. So I think it works in Amalgam as a totem.
Well, and from a packaging perspective, like having them go one way or the other, I was going to be surprised if they didn't give a second Huggy as Lynch's other totem.
You're not going to not make Lynch's totem Huggy.
Yeah.
What if we get the lore and the Soul Battery is actually just like a jackdaw situation where Huggy just jammed himself inside some fool?
It's Huggy trying to fit inside of a human form. Oh, he's like fully just like, oh.
Why won't Lynch Senpai notice me? Maybe if I'm a flesh man.
Humans.
That's it. That's exactly it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's got the Steve Buscemi eyes.
That's awesome.
God. Go backwards baseball cap.
Yep.
Oh, God.
What's the 1907 version of a skateboard to hold over his shoulder?
Like a penny farthing.
Perfect.
I don't know if you can carry a penny farthing over your shoulder.
Huggy doesn't know
in the way
that
you can a skateboard.
Yeah.
Now I'm skateboards. Hang on.
Maybe you just toss your rickets crutches over your shoulder nonchalantly.
Oh boy.
Benny Welcome. I never understood why he was in Bandit. Now he left Bandit.
Hooray.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Of the two keywords, the plague is 100. Yeah. You had like 10% bandit vibes, and then 90% plague vibes. So yeah, definitely stick with Hamlin on that one.
Yep.
Would not make sense otherwise.
How is selling used cars a part of the bandit keyword?
It's highway robbery.
Fair, okay.
He's basically stealing from him.
Technically a highwayman. Yeah, there you go. Oh, God. He's where he belongs, Benny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is he just a guy or is he a totem now?
Yeah, he's a Hamlin 2's totem.
Cool.
Piper's totem.
I was just say that makes sense. I like that decision. That was a good decision. He does seem like totem.
Yeah, he's got totem energy.
He's got totem vibes. While also probably just annoying the ever-living fuck out of the master.
And I think it's a good
Hopefully.
thing that Hamlin doesn't have a triple totem anymore.
Yes.
So, in case anybody else was wondering, skateboards were invented in 1940?
Oh,
All right.
Ish.
Ish. Proto skateboards.
Proto skateboards. You weren't doing anything cool on them, but
Next up is the Half-Bloods.
Yep. All these guys.
The Blood Ratch Maurice. God. I feel like I'm one of the few people that genuinely enjoyed that name change.
The Space Cowboy?
Yeah. Angel Eyes and
Actually,
to
in
go...
Outcasts, he's probably closer to the Gangster of Blood.
Mm-hmm.
Gangster of Black Blood. Is this now going to be the Outcast starter box? Is that right?
Yeah, I think it kind of is the replacement for that.
I thought all the Half-Bloods were going to be elsewhere. Like in Outcast, but they're going to be in...
Like,
but
they're all versatiles.
Oh, that's fair.
Silas.
They're all they're versatiles with the Half-Blood keywords. They are not, presumably the whole keyword's not going to be, presumably Silas's keyword's going to be Asylum, but.
I feel like that was initially the intention, and then they realized that they're just that Outcast needs a starter now that those fuckers left. So, that
sense.
was and which means that we're going to get more of a cohesive theme because that was I guess my problem with Silas is that Half-Blood and Asylum don't look like they're in the same keyword at all.
Yeah.
yeah.
But now we're just going to get, medicine.
That's just the
Air
power
quotes.
of science.
Speaking of which, we don't have any cards for them because we don't have Silas yet. We are also losing Dr. Grimwell, Nurse Heartsbane, Orderlies out of the guild, as well as nurses out of Rezzers, and the medical automaton. I could not find where this was confirmed the medical automatons are going to Silas, but that makes...
Every time I try to find it, but I remember them saying it somewhere, so I don't know. Mileage may vary.
I thought I heard that they were going to be proxies for nurses, but then I couldn't find that information anywhere.
Yeah, because they're not on the removed models list, so which presumably means they're going to have use eventually. So
I've got a problem with one of these. Any guess? No.
I'm sad about nurses, but,
fair.
I feel like we're going to get them resculpted because they're very much a product of 1.5.
And they're on an old sprue, so they're definitely... probably all of that's going to get a new...
That would make sense.
New cast, I would guess.
And I would imagine
they're due for it.
Yeah, and it would also help with a more cohesive visual theme with whatever they end up with doing with Silas.
Mm-hmm. I actually have two problems with this. One of them is easily fixed, and I feel like McMorning needs some kind of living goons. Like he's not.
I could see that being something he could get later, but it makes sense. Like currently, given he doesn't have a proper job, so all he really has to rely on is Sebastian and all of his creations.
Yeah, give him the
other guy, Rafkin,
the corpse carts, whatever their actual name is.
The
Gravediggers.
Yeah.
Gravediggers, yeah.
Dave Grigger.
Yeah, Dave Grigger.
I liked the lore that he sort of corrupted them by promising them effectively plastic surgery.
Well, he promised them eternal youth, and the way that they were getting that was via endless plastic surgery. Yeah, potato, but
if we get new nurses that aren't nurses, or nurses get called something else in Outcast, maybe we can finally get some repo references in Malifaux.
God, I hope.
That'd be nice.
I want a gravedigger. Get on it, weird.
Monster truck.
No. You literally just said fine.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's grave robber. My bad. Grave robber, gravedigger.
There we go. I like.
But also, I'll fight you.
Monster truck. The rule ability on the front. Sunday.
Hang on. How about a?
You know what? I want both.
How about a?
I want both.
Yeah, there's two models. There's two models for gravediggers. Also, why not
one of them is grave robber and the other is
the monster truck
the monster truck.
But it's actually also a monster truck. It's an actual monster that is a truck.
But then we're gonna need
so sick.
But then we're gonna need like a 3E Corey Fee dance together rule when grave robber gets into gravedigger and drives it real fast.
Driving the monster truck, yeah.
On Sunday.
I bet Terrence knows how to drive a monster truck. He can write a rock opera. He can drive a monster truck.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
I'm gonna miss the medical automatons. Not gonna lie. They're adorable. I don't really fit Silas's aesthetic because they don't make you uneasy, unlike all the other models that are obviously meant to be like, this is a creepy person that does medicine but like wrong. Just little robots with nurse hats.
Yeah, they're adorable.
Like, if I had to guess, it would probably something to do with the fact that they are really reining in healing this edition, and where are they going to go? Because I doubt they're going to follow Hoffman, because putting them in Hoffman was probably a mistake in 3rd edition.
Yeah, that always seemed like an odd choice.
But we're talking lore here, so.
I mean, even from a lore perspective, why does Hoffman? Why is the guy with an army of robots bringing in these human surgery bots?
Well, in 3rd edition, I think the idea was for them to heal the Steamfitters and Howard and Joss.
Yeah.
But no one ever brought all those models.
So you didn't need the Medibots.
Okay. Dead Outlaws. Yeah, it seemed a little weird that they were
that it's just Bandit now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder if that has to do with sprue togetherness or size of keyword.
Yeah, it's probably more size of keyword because, like, not Hamlin. Jackdaw ended up with a lot of stuff. Like a lot of the stuff in the various divorces Jackdaw got. Particularly the tormented Urami divorces. Jackdaw won a lot of those.
He inherited Francis's dad's legal connections.
Yep.
So it is kind of funny to just have a bunch of dead cowboys hanging out with Parker. Probably some Burning Man weirdness to it.
Probably.
With his cursed jackal or coyote totem.
I know. I feel like that tracks. I'm willing to buy it. Obviously, it would make a little bit more sense just strictly the fact that they're undead for them to go into Tormented, but their shit was never about like guilty and injustice and all that other crap. They just want shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
just little
grade
zombies.
Steal stuff,
which makes it feel like Parker's just like, okay, I can at least point these things in the right direction. They can be a good distraction.
Yeah.
They love stealing. I love stealing.
Perfect.
They don't mind taking a few more bullets. I would prefer not to take more bullets. It's a win-win.
They hate Doc Mitchell. I hate Doc Mitchell. Doc Mitchell hates them. Don't you, Doc?
What?
It's the perfect plan.
It just hits.
How is this a plan? Okay.
I'm going to take that as a yes. Zip, what do you think?
That would be even fucking funnier if they went from Tormented Bandit to Infamous Bandit.
Parker, Zip, and their adopted dead cowboy children.
Okay. That's Dead Outlaw. We don't have an issue with that. Kenshiro. Almost the exact same sort of like reaction I have with the Dead Outlaws. Like at first blush, this is a ghost. Maybe you should go with the guy that went into the undead faction, but also from like the lore, he's a pretty cool dude that never had like any real affiliation with necromancy.
Yeah, because isn't he the ghost of the guy who made the Masamune?
He was the previous wielder.
Okay, then this
the
makes perfect sense. He should just hang around by the Vix and be like, here's some sage advice of the time that I didn't cut my shoelaces with the sword.
Yeah,
ladies, I want my damn sword back. We gotta go fight the Fey Queen.
Yeah.
His shtick was that when December made his play to try to take over Malifaux, he is the one that stopped him. But he died in the process.
Yeah.
And then the Vix did the same thing, but better.
Yeah.
They didn't die because there were two of them.
And then December never did anything ever again because Raspy
December is gone forever and ever.
December realized he preferred being a brat bottom.
December.
I'm going to run this joke into the ground because it's still funny.
Mm-hmm. It is still funny.
It's real though.
Okay, 33. And this is maybe the first one where I'm genuinely upset they didn't stay dual keyword. I wouldn't want them to just be in Marshall, but I also really wish they were still in Marshall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the lore perspective, I get that, but also if it had to choose one, I do like it. I do like 33 in obliteration.
I have a perfect reason.
Just because it at least gives us a Death Marshal in that crew where we know Karina could raise Death Marshals. So, it's good to have that.
Yep. I have a perfect reason why 33 did not stay with Lady J. The guild's HR refused to pay back pay for while they were in the box.
As I say, I feel like getting locked in a box for basically about a decade is probably reason enough to not stay at your old job, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Look, 33 liked it in the void.
Yeah.
That's why she's always smiling.
Infinite number of riches to adopt.
They're like kitty cats. They're just a little bitey.
I guess this is also just my one, frustration with the proxy list.
Oh yeah,
for the Death Marshal recruiters, which are no longer models, but the only people that would own them are people that play the Marshal keyword, are proxies for 33, who is not in the Marshal keyword. I understand that's because they are the only things on 40s, but still, I wish we still had recruiters, but whatever. That's the only thing that just kind of bothers me. But again, when you got to reduce models, you're always going to make occasional things that are going to make some people upset somewhere. Can't appease everyone, so I'll suck it up.
I mean, and those sculpts go hard enough if you're willing to pop them off their base, especially the one that's doing the point.
Yeah, with the firehead.
Yeah, I want you for the Death Marshals. You could slap him on a 30 and he'd be a kick-ass Death Marshal.
The other one's not going to fit. The other one's got fucking spread. He beats a Vel for spread.
But that's why he fits in Malifaux.
Fuck your limitations. All right, Pearl. Pearl picked a side.
Hanging out with her brother. Good for her.
I would prefer the drama of her being in Frontier, picking that one. So, we got some...
I want to read... I hope they cover, the resolution of that. That'll make that more satisfying, I think, in whatever story we get of, that you have that final moment where, Bass was trying to arrest Parker, and she was there with them. So I think her going turncoat in that moment, I think if we get that resolution, that would be it would wrap that whole situation up nicely.
Yeah.
My gripe with this, and I'll bring this up every time we bring up the Frontier keyword, but for those of you that don't know, I've been running Frontier to do a 1st and 10, so it's not all just Roman. And I've come to the conclusion that the keyword is way too fucking small. And Frontier bled a good chunk of models, and they weren't too big of a keyword to begin with. So that every one of these that I see is just going to hurt a little bit. It's it would be great to have a little bit of variety, some hiring flexibility. Alas. Okay. Is that all the ones that have moved to Outcasts? Sorry. I don't think I ever described that. We are going through each faction and talking about the models that have moved in that faction in between keywords or moved to that faction from somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then the rare occasional one where it's where a model was a versatile and then it moved somewhere else or moved somewhere else to versatile. We'll also just bring that up just to talk about it. But we're also going to talk about the ones that are no longer with us, sadly. So we've got five in Outcasts, which is
kind of. It's kind of a half one because the first one you have the Frightcore Librarian. Is now just a one-off model. That's Miss Vice is one of Von Schill's totems. And so that's kind of a half point.
Yeah, and I just grabbed everything that was on the proxy list. I think the librarians were on the proxy list. Wait, no, they weren't. I think actually it was just a case of people made the assumption that Miss Vice was going to be, and that ended up being true.
It's just straight up the librarian model.
Mm-hmm.
Given its rules, it's pretty clear. It's got ancient words, healing energy. She's literally just a librarian.
Yeah. I'm okay with this. I kind of feel sorry for the people that felt the need to buy the extra librarian model for 3rd edition because there was only one in 2nd, and now they can't use that, or they have to pick. But since we still have her and we still have Hannah, we still have representation Von Schill is very pragmatic and will use every single thing he can to accomplish the mission, regardless of prejudice or not. So he needs magic users because magic is a thing. And it's very useful. So we still have librarians. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
By the way, did you know that Leviticus is dead?
Oh, gasp.
Amazing.
Wow.
Excellent choice.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Can't wait to read how that one goes.
Can't wait to read exactly how he died.
When I get all of my books in, I don't know, however much time it's going to take for my order to get in.
I'm sure it's going to be a case of like, well, he might not be dead. We might bring him back at some point, but like,
Right.
Better not.
better not.
We'll kill him again, I swear to God.
No, bring him back as Rusty's toe.
That's what I'm saying. He should have always been a hollow wave.
I wish they had the balls to do that in the proxy list. No, he's not. He's not a proxy for Rusty Alice. He's a proxy for Hollow Wave. Deal with it. Like, who's honestly going to be that upset by that? Because if you have Leviticus, you have Rusty.
Right.
Yeah.
Wing Plague. Oh, God.
The one issue you might run into is people who have Leviticus 2, Horseman Leviticus, and don't have Horseman Alice until that model comes out, and then
Okay, fine.
get your hands on that one. But yeah, as far as the original version is concerned, yeah.
Horse Girl Levi can be a proxy for Alice too. Regular old vanilla on foot Levi is Hollow Wave.
Regular old on foot Levi is a obedient wretch. What are you talking about?
Perfect. Love it.
No, we need an alt of him in the Speedo
Oh,
as the
no.
obedient wretch.
No.
Because it's...
No!
I want to humiliate this creepy old man, okay? It's not enough that he's dead.
Nobody needs to see that.
Yeah.
By punishing everyone else? That's...
Anything Benny Walkham feels.
To plague.
No, that's true.
That's enough body horror.
I thought Nyx was the worst one in the keyword.
That's where we draw the line, is Leviticus and a Speedo.
Leviticus.
The Speedo's rats. So winged plagues are no longer a thing. I liked them.
Yeah.
I thought they were a cool addition to like, hey, we can have something that isn't just rats in this keyword that also still fits the theme. But I mean, if we're trimming the fat. I get it. Yeah. I don't know if anyone... I think it was definitely a case of like very few people use this in third, so Weird thought it was one of the best options to cut. Wasn't a part of the engine either, so that...
True.
Yep.
I guess not allowed to talk about the winged plague. It's a model.
They're cute little guys. You could use them for your stolen too if you want. So
yeah,
if you want a little more monstery feel.
Okay, the Woku Raiders. We don't have Woku Raiders anymore. I'm kind of surprised by that.
Yeah,
especially if you put them in Bandit, that would help that keyword be a little larger.
Honestly, I would have expected them to follow Last Blossom, but...
And maybe that's why we don't have them. I don't think Last Blossom needs more models.
Yeah.
You know what? Why don't... Let's go give them to Monk. Monk bled out so bad in this edition.
Or hear me out. They're pirates. Give them to Infamous.
For sure. No, actually, that's what I want.
They're the adopted live children.
Parker.
Oh, God.
I don't know. It's just one of those ones that's always been around. I just never would have thought they would have been cut, I guess. Yeah, I'm not upset by it. It's just still surprised, I guess, is all.
Yeah, they're just kind of a model that just kind of existed.
Yeah. What are they proxies
Never
for?
Really made a huge splash. I think Torkage?
That sounds right. That would make sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think they can be Torkage stand-ins.
I'm like trying to back through my entire history of today to get to yesterday when I filled this out so I can actually... Nope, apparently not. Oh, well. Oh, there it is. Okay. Woku Raider. Yep, Torkage. Okay.
Ah, I'm so clever.
Yeah, I think...
Speaking of adopted children.
Speaking of adopted children, the poor Malifaux child.
Oh.
Yep. Very sad. No longer randomly hire a single child.
It was just an odd delight of second edition, and I don't think anyone ever fucking bought it and brought it in third, but... So yeah, this is just a weird, creepy-ass kid you could hire.
There were corner cases where you could do some cute stuff with him. Like in Infamous, you could draw more pianos.
The kid always kind of reminded me of what the effigies have turned into now. You would bring them along as kind of a cheap, if this allows my crew to do more of a thing they were already doing, go for it. And I think that was just so limited compared in third ed to what they were in second ed that they just weren't seen. Also, they totally ran off with the little creepy children from Hamlin's who have now all grown up. And
yes,
they've started
went on to live on a farm upstate and nothing else, Von Schill. I can't wait for Weird to fucking top that artwork, because that's the best artwork Malifaux has ever had. It's just this
So
old
good.
man kicking the shit out of a bunch of rats and kids.
Yep.
Fucking love that. No, that was actually kind of an inspired suggestion. Because we already have proxies for Stolen and the Winged Plague, why don't we have them just, the Malifaux child be the hodgepodge effigy?
You know?
It's a little guy with knives versus a little guy with knife.
Yeah. I think that works too. Honestly, I wouldn't be upset if anyone did that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna be like, no, that's not the right proxy.
My Malifaux child is on base with the zombie chihuahua, so he's not going anywhere.
Okay. That's the Outcast faction. I think we're rolling. I think we're being relatively positive throughout this.
Yeah.
Which is good. I didn't want to sink into just complaining the entire time, because again, like, a lot of this was hard decisions, I feel like, on Weird's part, because you gotta trim out models.
Yeah.
So you can make new ones, because you gotta sell models because you're a models company.
Turns out.
Yeah. Overall, I think Weird did a really good job on
Yes.
picking both what could leave, what went in which direction, and what could be proxied as what it can be proxied as.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, considering how little I'm salty about things in here, I think they did a good job.
Yeah.
And some of the saltiness is entirely selfish. We'll get to that when we get
Good old
to
selfish salt.
Arcanists. But I think on my list next up is Neverborn?
Mhm.
Neverborn.
Never
One of the shorter
born.
ones.
Yeah. Yeah, for some reason, apparently they are Weird's fucking favorite child.
I mean, I think a lot of this is a lot of the change didn't happen internally with Neverborn. A lot of stuff like left Neverborn.
Mhm.
It's like you have all the Half-Bloods went to Outcasts. You have all the Swamp Fiend stuff went to Bayou. So I think a lot of the Neverborn stuff is kind of self-contained a little bit.
Kind of, but also they did
Oh.
take a lot of stuff. Because they pulled in Returned and Chimera. But no, what I was getting is they didn't none of their models got phased out.
True.
There is not a single Neverborn model on the proxy list. I'm not actually like upset by that. I was just very confused, because I feel like there could have been some things that they could have redone, or gotten rid of. I feel like there was enough fat there. I mean, it's one of the oldest keywords, the big four, the original four.
At the same time, though, Neverborn's probably one of those factions that, like, visually, they are what they are. Like, they have a very strong visual identity.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Noxious Nephilim? I thought Noxious Nephilim was Molly 2's totem.
Yeah, Noxious Nephilim.
It is now.
Oh, okay. No. Noxious Nephilim is in the Rezzers list.
Oh, okay.
To organize it, we're just putting them under the faction that they are now in.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And I fully agree with that one, but like off the top of my head, I feel like we don't need both Alps and Daydreams.
That's valid.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could come up with other ones, but anyways, yeah, we did the Neverborn, pulled in the Returned and Chimera keywords, and both those make a lot of sense.
Yeah, like especially Returned, there was like literally only 2 cards that were actually Rezzer cards in that crew when they made it. That were pure Rezzers, and that was Gwill and the Blood Vessels.
Yeah.
Everything else was a Neverborn card.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, no reason not to just put these guys in purple.
Entirely speculation, but I kind of feel like Castor was just Weird being like, we can't have a 7th master in this wave. We need to combine this master into 2 factions. Yeah. And they just tried to staple Castor into Rezzers as best as possible. Which, you got to do what you got to do. But this is obviously the better move. But if he stayed in Rezzers, I wouldn't be necessarily mad. I would just be like, this better be a good story.
Yeah, it would seem like a very odd choice.
He's just extra disappointed in Nekima.
Amazing.
Marcus shifting over to Neverborn was such a good move.
Yeah.
The only keyword now that sort of sticks out for Arcanists is December, and I don't think Arcanists are ever dropping December, but Marcus was always that one where like, what do we do with this guy? It was a real loose allegiance back in 1.5 and second, and he just kind of drifted even further away from the keyword. So yeah, him being associated with the Neverborn makes a lot of sense. It's really great to have a human that still sort of considers themselves human being in this keyword. I mean, faction, but like you got Dreamer, but Dreamer's never. He's a little fucking sociopath.
Yeah.
And still doesn't realize that what he's dreaming is real as far as we can tell. He still thinks this is just his playground in his own mind. And Pandora doesn't know who the fuck she is.
And that changes like hour to hour.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I agree there. Marcus is some of the fluff I'm most interested to see, not just now, but going forward because of this change.
Also, it's great. Miranda's now in there so she can talk with Titania about not learning about her mistakes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Do we want to talk about the rest of the Arcanist stuff, or
Yeah, we can skim through.
Miranda went along with it, so did the Cerberus and the Slate Ridge Mauler and the Mole Men and Kojo, and I like that they went back on removing Kojo. I'm not sure where the decision came from. I feel like people weren't that vocal about being upset about it, but it was nice. Not only did he not get axed, but he's got a new model too, which is great. It looks fucking gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ultimately the only model a slight annoyance I have as far as Marcus's crew goes is I'm just sad that the Cerberus and the Mauler are not minions, and that's 100% a me thing because that was just how I ran that crew. Was let's get a big old pack of cats and bears and whatever, and let's go. And there was a couple of the initiates hanging out to help dog walk. Was kind of my view on them.
Oh yeah, I guess I missed Order Initiates would also be on this list.
Yep.
No, that.
Because, core box minion.
I'm going to do a bit of legwork here and just make an assumption that the reason that they're back to being unique models is to convey the idea that these are individual projects of Marcus. He's not out there pumping freakish monsters. He takes one monster and customizes it a whole lot, and then sets that one singular thing out and observes it, and then modifies after it dies a horrific death probably. He finds another one, and then that's his individual project.
I like where you're going there. I would argue one extra thing, though. With him being a professor of magical science, I feel like the next step on there is, what if I made two at the same time, and we observe their kids?
Oh, God, I know what you were saying, but my first thought was, hey, you know what if a Slate Ridge Cerberus look like?
Yes.
It's just all heads and arms.
Yeah. It's ball of heads and arms cat bear.
So
terrifying.
The one thing I am upset about this is that the Rattler does not feel like a good totem.
Yeah, that was a choice.
I'm assuming they can only make so many new models, but really, I feel like they need the cockatrice from that one story. I think that would have been a great new model.
Yes. That would be a good
two
totem.
different silly little guys.
Yep.
Alternatively, the Rex. Just give it little wings.
The fucking Heimlich from a bug movie? A bug slicer?
Exactly. I am a beautiful butterfly.
Look, all I'm going to say about the Rex is that cannot leave the Apex keyword because Miranda made her mistake.
Yeah.
Cooper does not get to lose his dinosaur.
It doesn't need to.
Miranda's keyword.
It can be a unique thing that it is an Apex, but it's also a totem.
Talking about in a totem.
Yeah.
I don't think that works.
I'm blowing out crazy ideas.
Correct.
Fuck, what was I going to say? I lost it.
I don't know.
Maybe I'll remember it later. Yeah, I would have enjoyed a new Chimera model for the totem, but it's snakes. Maybe it's just really into snakes right now. Snakes are his jam.
He's in his snake era.
Yeah. All right, going down the list. Do we want to talk anything else about the return keyword or?
The other noteworthy things for that keyword is Barbaros left Outcasts,
yes,
with Castor,
and they made him made him loyal, so Nekema still can't hire him.
Yeah, a very very intentional choice. That makes sense because he's it keeps that kind of outcast energy to him, where he's like, I am with this person, and I don't associate with the rest of you traitors. And then Atharak and the Cavern Nephilim are no longer with Nekima as well. They're not brood, they're just returned, which makes sense. It feels like you have Nekima focusing more on her specific brood of Nephilim, as opposed to like the broader, like the Ethikithe and the Cavern Nephilim can be their own separate thing.
And if Uncle Castor's sitting there going, I am very disappointed in my niece, do you really think the other ones hanging out with him are going to take her over him?
Well,
and
I mean, the Cavern... Go ahead.
No, you're good.
The Cavern Nephilim were introduced as sort of like a freakish offshoot that the Neverborn were even really aware of. They made their appearance in one of the Through the Breach modules. And so I wouldn't put it past Nekima, especially now that the Half-Bloods are no longer in that keyword, to be sort of a racial purist kind of Nephilim.
I mean, she has one Half-Blood in her keyword now.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the entire point of that is just to make fun of the guy.
Probably makes her hate Half-Bloods more, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the one who stuck around? Great. Do my taxes.
Moving on, let's see. Armanthian Boar left Sui. That tracks.
Yeah. I'll miss it, but I have no argument against that.
To quote a previous Gremlin statement, what good is a pig you can't eat?
I mean, the only argument against it is the, Ulick's based off, Odysseus.
Yeah.
And the boar,
Yeah, I totally get that.
Mythology things, but again, not a strong enough reason to keep it out of the fake keyword.
Yeah.
Do you think it deserves to be the totem of Titania too?
I think it's fine as a totem.
That's the second. If I had a nickel for every Neverborn totem that was a pig.
It's weird that it happened twice.
That 2 nickels.
Hey, pigs are just the dogs of the Nephilim, and as we all know,
they also have dogs.
No, those aren't actual dogs. Those are fake dogs.
Fake dogs?
Those are actually pigs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, man, if we could get some alt corrupted pigs,
that'd be great.
I'd be sick as hell.
But ultimately, yeah, totems just, like everything on Earth eventually evolves to crab, totems just all eventually evolve to dogs, which are, in Neverborn's case, actually pigs. That's science.
We get a lot of, or not get a lot, but it's mentioned multiple times how like animals, monsters, whatever, have traveled between the two worlds. And I would like to think that the Malifaux pig was something that did actually originate from Earth. There are two things that I think came from Earth and flourished in Malifaux. One is the pig and the other one is the Canadian goose.
That would be a good Marcus totem.
Oh, God. Fucking like a goose Cerberus.
Yeah, I have another one, and I'm willing to hear arguments of either way, because I could either see this creature coming from Malifaux to Earth or the other way, and that's the Skeeter.
Yeah, I'll take it. But no, the pig shows up in Malifaux, flourishes because it is a very greedy, hungry asshole. And it's just like,
there's so many gremlins to eat.
It's just one of those things where everything in Malifaux is like, this thing's neat. This is cool. I like this. The one thing the gremlins and the fucking Neverborn agree on. It's like, pigs are cool.
I like these stubborn little bastards.
Ah, you're a little asshole, aren't you? I love you.
Look at this thing. It eats anything.
And it's made of delicious bacon.
Yeah. What's not
we
to
didn't
love?
even know what bacon was before this, but we figured it out.
I eat its children. It eats my children. It's the circle of life.
Yeah. It's the circle of deliciousness.
Yep.
All right. That's the Maramanthian boar. Iggy! Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
Iggy left.
Yeah.
Iggy left Wildfire.
I felt like he was part of the club in Wildfire, and then was just like, nah, the club dues are not doing it for me. Whereas if I just go with Pandora, like, yeah, I don't need this cult stuff. We're just going to light fires to cause fear.
Just like, the cult thing's getting a little weird for me, you tall people.
Yeah.
No longer here for the cult stuff?
Yeah.
Yep, gonna go hang out with Antidora and light shit on fire on my own time. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'll miss him because I was one of the few people that stand Iggy in Wildfire. Because I still have the memory of this lovely game where, sorry, Brian, well, Brian's probably not listening. Brian doesn't play Malifaux a whole much anymore, but I went up against Brian's Arami, and Brian didn't realize that I could shift models that set themselves on fire, and suddenly, like, nothing could charge Karis because Karis was standing right behind a bunch of pyre markers.
That is
Oh,
hilarious.
I was like, oh, you charge. Go back 2 inches. You can't attack anymore. Oh, you charge. You go back 2 inches. You can't attack anymore. Yay.
Word.
I'm not sure I like him as the totem, though. If I'm going to be perfectly honest, I feel like
Yeah.
Dorian should have stayed woe.
Dorian's one I could see, again, staying both keywords.
Fair. But I feel like there needs to be something that fits Pandora 2 better, especially like the whole duality theme. Here's a spicy take. She gets Winston Finnegan as her totem. And he completely leaves Syndicate.
That'd be interesting. That would be.
He kind of stands out a little bit. Like he's too much of a silly little guy for the very, very super serious Syndicate keyword. Very much a case of he tells people that he's going to go on the mission, even though they don't want him around because he just drinks and smokes and make dad jokes the entire time.
Hell yeah.
But he brings the blimp
man.
and they use it. So,
If you want to use the blimp, he goes along.
yep. No one else is blimp certified.
Them's the rules.
Get out of here, Winston. Oh, are you blimp certified? Do you have your
No.
blimping license?
No.
Your blimping license. Oh, God.
Stole this fair and square from Charles Goodyear. I'm going to use it. Let's see. Klaus Norwood is he was elite?
Yep.
Oh god, I'm
he
dumb.
was elite and grim.
Okay.
So yeah, he can't hang out with Lucius anymore.
Oh.
Which, I mean, he's like
Good for him.
Yeah, and it's again, he was the one-off model with the keyword in the box, and now that Lucius is specifically just guild, it would put him in an awkward position. So
Yeah.
if Klaus is his own man, he doesn't need to be tied to the big mimic in charge.
Yeah. Though I will jump off of that and go, if not for the fact of keeping the starter boxes together, I think that Hildegard would be an interesting Pandora edition, totem or otherwise.
Ooh, yeah. My thoughts of this are entirely aesthetics, and the doppelganger stands out way too goddamn much in the elite keyword now. So I feel like if one of them had to be dropped, I would rather Klaus still be an elite just before looks, entirely just because of looks.
Sure.
But yeah, no, that makes sense. Just make the starter boxes fully independent of other keywords. It tracks.
I would also say in that case, I know we just got one alt doppelganger. We could get like 6 more because it's a doppelganger.
Technically, any model.
Any model
Exactly.
can be a doppelganger. There it is.
Isn't that the entire premise behind mirror matches? Like that is the biggest reason in my mind, the entire reason that they sort of included mimics as a major faction of the Neverborn was so that we could always explain why there's mirror matches in games.
That's a good take. I like that.
Now it makes a lot more fucking sense than 40k ever did. Okay, there's Klaus, and then we get into like, do they just hate the savage keyword?
No.
No, they don't.
I mean,
They took away all their models, but they don't hate the savage keyword. Let me tell you what.
is it because
the savage keyword is, you might
It was
say,
a trade-off.
yeah, the savage keyword is a very, you might say, elite club.
it is?
The savage keyword just said only big boys.
It is rules wise a punch on the dick. But yeah, they bled a lot of models. So Melissa left Savage
Just whoa.
just to go to Woe, and the Boltungan left Savage to go to Faye, and the Cultgeist left Savage to go to December, which we'll discuss when we get to Arcanists. So
And the damned in Explore Society.
Yep, but we'll get to those later.
Handful of savage losses.
The Lissa makes more sense to me. The Boltungan fit more aesthetically with the Savage keyword, and
I don't know about that.
Of the two of those would have been the one I would have seen staying
aesthetically,
but also.
Whereas the Fae keyword already literally has werewolves.
Yep, these are werewolves.
Hyenas.
Yeah, I still aesthetically see them hanging out more with the Fae Queen than a bunch of giants that would probably eat them.
Yeah, but you need little guys hanging around.
Yeah.
Doing little guy stuff. I mean, I guess you don't, but
I'm kind of wondering if we're just going to see like polyped off heads in like future little guy Euripides boxes.
Ew.
I mean, I'm hoping they get the Etten from Onward.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah.
Nice 2-headed giant.
Isn't
that'd be sick as hell?
I thought no, that's a Garion that can cast magic. That's what an Etten is. It's a special.
Is that what it
It's
is?
a special Garion, so maybe like a unique
Nice.
Garion.
Yeah.
Yeah, the smaller head is the one that does the magic. The bigger head is the one that does the beat with stick. If I recall
that's
correctly.
awesome.
That's funny.
I didn't actually read the profile. I just saw the pretty picture. I was like, that would be a cool model.
I mean, it could have changed, but I recall that from the playtest I may or may not have been a part of.
right.
Gotta cover my ass. Sowena Bewolman.
Sowena
gonna say it.
Bewolman.
I was thinking it.
I miss Elise. I wish Elise had a better work schedule.
Yep.
Uh,
I don't know. I think for Elise's mental health, not being here for the episode where we talk about all the half-bloods leaving Neverborn, probably for the best.
Yeah.
Just gonna
Yeah.
say that.
so what you're saying is that we need to Elise on the next one. We need to stop before we get to Guild, so Elise can be upset about fucking Lucius
I
leaving.
think they're less upset about that than they are about the half-bloods.
Okay.
They made their
One-
peace with the guild Lucius, because that makes sense. Like, where else is Lucius really, like, of the two
Yeah.
factions? He's doing the thing.
Yeah.
He's doing the thing that Lucius do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The shit
But
sir.
Sowena.
Sowena Bowman is an annoying ass model.
Not versatile anymore.
She's up there with Ponto as like, this is an absurd amount of healing kind of a model.
Is she still pumping out the heels?
Yeah.
Ponto is a perfect creature.
I believe she's got a bonus action and she can get 3 out on that action, so that's 9 wounds in an activation.
She sure can.
Dang.
Yep. She is relatively easy to kill this time, though.
Yeah, 6 wounds to Miza turn.
Apparently, Lady Justice can just wipe her off the fucking board. I kind of feel bad because, like, oh, Jesus, fucking Serena can heal so goddamn much, and I was genuinely upset about that. And then she died.
Kill it.
Oh, she did.
And Lady J is just like, no.
Like, Demise Eternal is one thing, but when you're only sitting at 6 wounds...
Yeah. Especially in a crew that uses a lot of cards, like you got to sit on that card to have it to throw.
But yeah, I appreciate her no longer being versatile because that amount of healing. I feel like they gave her that much healing because she's no longer versatile.
Yeah, and it's ally only healing, so like.
Yep, still find it fucking hilarious. She's healing nightmare creatures with goddamn ibuprofen.
Yep.
Fucking hilarious.
Doing Call Me in the Morning, kid.
She heals better than most doctors just by yeeting Advil at it. One of those Malifaux goddamn things I've ever heard. Okay, Malisaurus is now purple.
That Malifaux ibuprofen just be hitting different.
Oh god, yes. It's probably got the cocaine in it.
Well, not only cocaine, but cocaine that has been cut with soulstone dust.
Yeah, I'm sure that alleviates a lot.
Oh,
A little opium while you're at it.
Jonathan,
Yeah, why not?
weird. Since we're cool with like unique names and all that, can we just change bottle of painkillers to the good cough syrup? Pretty please.
Oh.
Wait. Hang on. Just change it to, you have ghosts in your blood. You should do cocaine about it.
Somehow I doubt that their legal department would be cool with a literal cocaine reference.
Fair. You have ghosts in your blood. You should do soulstone dust about it.
It's the nightmare keyword. You are ghosts in the blood. Have some cocaine about it.
Also, belatedly, Vic, you are entirely correct. Ponto is a perfect creature.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you for bringing that up. Also,
Ponto has done nothing wrong.
I love the dedication to Serena Bowman staying in Nightmare because unlike the other two from that event, she still stands out so much as why is this lady following this kid around? Some people
She's having fun.
Some people might be upset by that because it doesn't quite fit the aesthetic, but I just find it more fucking hilarious because this is where good stories come from. Why is she still here?
Hey,
She's just his adopted painkiller addicted aunt now.
Yep. I will say on that front though, I was very concerned that when we heard that Marcus was moving to purple, I'm like, if you take my Dapper Lycanthrope, I am gonna riot, and so will a lot of Arcanist players.
Oh yeah,
we fought for that bastard.
I 100% believe that's why they sort of shoehorned him into versatile because Arcanists won him fair and square.
You're goddamn right.
Yeah.
Also, he's a great versatile.
Yeah, he makes a lot more sense than some of the other versatiles, which we'll get to later.
Okay.
Back to the dinosaur, purple dinosaur. This is like the best. This is such a good decision. It's not a surprise at all, but like it's just now a Neverborn versatile that also can be hired by Apex.
Yeah, I think this is the best way to manage the dinosaur.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, everyone wants a dinosaur, so obviously it's not going to be hogged by Fae anymore.
Exactly. Can't keep a good dinosaur tied down.
Too many tentacles for the Explorer Society. That's what I say. God. Hey, Victoria, we just need a new episode of Port Authority. We just talk about who in the Explorer Society is the most upset about the sudden lack of tentacles.
I don't know. If the cover art of the book has anything to go off, they found more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does appear as though they have found a source of replacement tentacles.
That fucking lady is now my glasses. She's exactly where she wants to be.
They had to get
She
rid
did
of
it on
the
purpose.
dinosaur because they just had an overflow of tentacles.
They're like, oh, we can have one.
Tentacle surplus.
So if we get both of them, we actually have 20 tickles. We only can have 10 in our license.
No, I fully believe this is somehow
Fucking-
McCabe's fault.
Probably.
Fucking
yes.
Gretchen was just like, if you want more tentacles, you have to get rid of some of the ones we already have.
Yep.
Like a kid with her fucking your child with their fucking toys.
If you can't make tentacles at home, store-bought will do fine.
No, I see McCabe rocking up to the fucking front gates of the Explorers compound. Like, look what I found. Look what you found. Why did you bring that here? No, they're cool little monsters. They're probably like worth something, aren't they?
Now, McCabe, we literally have no more room in the break room for more tentacles. We have to get rid of the old tentacles for the new set.
Look, I bet someone will buy these tentacles.
Probably.
Anyways, that it feels like we are just treading on a good material for the Port Authority. Let's move on. The Carver has left the Nightmare keyword. This tracks. This makes perfect sense to me.
Yep.
Yeah. He's got I think the woe vibe makes more sense.
Yeah. And also,
He's not
Nightmare doesn't need another hitter.
true.
Yeah, Teddy makes most sense. Carver's always been like an independent agent. I would honestly would not have been surprised if Carver moved to versatile. Because we never see him doing anything with woe. It's always been him going off on his own, having a blast, stabbing the fuck out of people every Halloween.
And then going home.
Yeah.
And taking a nap.
I mean, of the models we just talked about, Teddy's the one who's versatile, which also makes sense because,
he's
Teddy
iconic.
should be everywhere.
He's iconic.
Teddy's iconic.
I'm not surprised, but I feel like that would also have been a good move where I would also be like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. And that's it for Neverborn, and Neverborn didn't lose anyone. Any volunteers besides Alps / Daydreams for shit they could have lost that I don't think anyone would be upset about?
I would kind of be annoyed if Alps and Daydreams became one thing. I think it's important I couldn't tell you why, but there's something in my head that says it's important for Nightmare to have like little bullshit peon Nightmare resources to move around the board. And it's important for them to have a 5-stone Alp-like minion.
Okay.
I have no reasoning to back that up. My brain is just saying.
Then let's get rid of Insidious Madness instead. So people don't have to assemble that thing anymore.
And just make the stitch together the really fast moving schemers.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, we'll go with that. I'm fine with that.
I'm losing that internet money because people won't be referencing my assembly videos anymore, but yeah. I'm sure
you get rid of Alps and you replace them with Tooth Fairies.
Ooh.
You.
Ooh.
Oh, that's such a
it's a
good
little more
idea.
Unique, more uniquely designed model.
Yep, I could see that.
Also, Tooth Fairies.
Also, Tooth Fairies. And the fact that they made individual Tooth Fairies and Tooth Fairy swarms in Through the Breach is just a good idea.
Yes.
Oh, fuck. One sec. Right now that makes sense. Never mind. Yeah, okay. Let's move on to Arcanists. We still got a decent amount of time. Yeah.
We can probably knock out Arcanists.
We can knock out Arcanists and call that good because I got thoughts.
I bet
Oh,
you
do you?
I got thoughts about Arcanists.
I'm shocked.
You'll never be able to guess my thoughts about Arcanists. Not in a million.
Are you salty?
If we want to try to get half done, we could probably get through Arcanists and then speed through Guild. Guild's also a small list.
Fair.
Yeah.
That sounds
Guild's
doable.
actually
Also,
a
I
tiny
think
list.
we're having fun.
Yeah.
Victoria, having
Yeah.
fun?
Am I having fun?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
I don't feel like I'm contributing, but I'm having fun.
You're contributing.
Just every time you're laughing, go ahead and tap your microphone so that we can hear you laughing.
Well, I'm not muted anymore.
Cool.
I was muted because I was concerned about child activity.
Because we need the audience to like hear you and be like, "Oh, right, the cute girl's laughing. I'm allowed to laugh because this is a joke."
Vic is laughing. It's time for me to laugh. It's like the applause sign.
Yeah, these fucking three weirdos will laugh at the weirdest fucking bullshit. But if Victoria's laughing, I understand this is actually humor.
I hit the go back 15 seconds. Wait, I think I missed something actually funny.
They're just like fast forwarding to hit when I'm laughing.
2x speed.
You are our audience surrogate.
Oh dear.
Thank you. You are our speedwagon. Thank you.
Yes,
I don't
excellent.
want to be Speedwagon.
That means
You
that
could
makes
be-
you best girl.
What's the alternative to speedwagon? You can be our Brock from Pokemon.
That's worse.
There's plenty of.
You mean your Joey Wheeler?
Yes.
I'm okay with being Joey Wheeler. I'll be
Hell
Joey
yeah.
Wheeler.
Hell yeah.
It all
Talking
comes back to Yu-Gi-Oh!
Every time.
Is there a
Every time.
Joey? Is there a Joey equivalent in fucking Beyblade? We reference Beyblade enough at this point.
I don't know that much about Beyblade. I
God
feel
damn it,
like
Now I gotta go watch Beyblade.
yeah, I feel like if we're gonna start if we're also gonna start referencing Beyblade, we need to go back and watch Beyblade. I really want to see the tactical assault Beyblades.
Okay, so
I need to see
Only
this.
Beyblade factoid I know is that Moses parts the Red Sea with a Beyblade.
yes, JoJo says Jesus, Beyblade has Moses.
Yes.
And I feel like there was a Muhammad somewhere in a different anime. But what Victoria's referencing is a fucking random ass clip where you see these terrible CG attack helicopters shooting Beyblades at people. Not
so
rockets,
sick.
not bullets.
That's so
Beyblade.
sick.
Interesting.
That's sick as hell.
All right, Bass. This was. I'm sure there are plenty of people that are upset, but I feel like this was a very inspired move from Weird.
Yeah, I like
For
it.
sure.
Given the little bit of lore we saw on the one reveal, yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
Well,
I like this direction for Bass.
And especially with who is leaving Arcanists with everyone else for their various reasons, having quote unquote normal guy come in, I mean gun wizard come in, it makes sense. It without adding to the Union specifically, it fits the theme of not just robots, since Hoffman took them all. Or many of them.
No, like from the other splits where people were in two different factions, they picked one faction to go into. Usually there is at least some sort of loyalty there. Bass was the special exception where he was effectively being blackmailed by both. He didn't like either.
Mhm. Yeah,
So this makes so
he
much
was McCabe
sense.
too.
Yeah.
And Lynch
But-
too.
I think we just need to sort of like let people know, like Arcanists used to be sort of we're all the magic people that the guild doesn't like. And then it sort of hybridized itself into we're all the magic people the guild didn't like, but we're also we're fighting for the common man. And now this is outside of fucking Raspy. It is primarily people that are just like, fuck the government, and also the people's lives matter.
Yeah.
And Damien, but
And Damien.
Damien isn't really hurting anyone. He's sort of the old guards, like, hey, we're still kind of like, we still have echoes of Ramos in this
faction.
We can only have one bald white guy, though. That's the reason Hoffman left.
Yeah, I would say Raspy is a different form of fuck the government. She just, joined the existing government, took it over, and got rid of the misogyny.
what I want from Raspy lore is I want her to either move out of the 10 Peaks or for the Arcanist territory to no longer be the Northern Hills. Because the biggest problem with Raspy is that the source of the people that her cult is eating are Arcanist loyalists for the most part.
Okay.
Because the territory they consider theirs outside of like the industrial and slums of Malifaux City is the Northern Hills, which is December hunting grounds. So we could fucking move her somewhere else where she's preying on someone that isn't technically aligned with her own faction. I would be happy with Raspy staying there. And also, it's gonna be real fucking weird her being in the same faction as Beth, because that was his entire like intro story.
That was a little awkward, yeah. Show up to the fucking union meeting. Excuse me.
I could see it as sort of like a case of like, if she makes her point of being like, hey, I realize I'm not necessarily a good thing for this faction. However, I am keeping at base something a lot worse.
Yeah.
So we just appease me and all the shit that comes with December himself and keep him suppressed. Well, it's better than the alternative. But I just need that in lore.
I think that argument would be a good one to see in lore. Either way, the reception is going to be chilly.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay. Cultgeists.
Icy boys.
I don't like this move. I'm not necessarily saying they're super fitting into Savage. They were a good indication of like, oh, that these giants are frost giants. They're all about living in the cold mountains and stuff. The problem is that they're way too goddamn similar to Ice Gammon.
Yeah.
Yeah. One that I would follow it up with mechanically the thing that they helped really, I guess, both crews out last edition, but I never played Yuri. So the thing they helped out Raspy with was movement, and she has fucking none of that anymore. So they also kind of feel like Ice Gammon now. They just have they Ice Gammon differently.
I 100% believe it was Weird's policy of not phasing out new models at all.
Mm-hmm. And you can't get rid of the Ice Gammon because Snappy uses them. Yep.
Or like, just because we have a golem, you need a gammon. That's just kind of how it works.
Yeah.
Okay, but we have the Grave Golem.
Yep.
That doesn't have a gammon.
Corpse markers. some of which move. No. You got a point there.
Hold on. I got a solution for this. Give me a second. I'm just gonna remember names. My brain isn't fully functioning. Right, there we go. The Restless Spirit. The Grave Golem has got a bunch of tombstones on him. The Restless Spirit is wielding a tombstone. Maybe the Restless Spirit is in fact the tombstone, and the little ghosty guy is just like his projection into some sort of like manifestation of a body.
Following similar levels of logic, I'm going to go with the Restless Spirit should become infamous so it can hang out with Mancha Roja and hit him with the steel chair!
We need a fucking steel chair reference in this game somehow. Come on, Weird, please. Okay.
Do you see how unconvinced I am right now? Is it obvious how much you did not convince me?
So we have a lot.
Anyway,
we have a lot of interfaction shuffling with Arcanists. Arcanists got like really, really fucking shook up.
Reorganized.
They were in fact shooketh.
Yeah, like an earthquake hit the fucking Dewey Decimal System little card racks of the Arcanists, and it was put back together by Zip, who was also drunk at the time.
I feel like that would improve.
No, and like a lot of it makes sense, but so much of the stuff is just shifting around. Holy shit. I think a lot of it was because we shifted out. We no longer have a robots guy, and so we are kind of stapling the robots thing onto the person that appreciated the previous robots guy more than anyone else.
Yeah.
But that keyword didn't have any robots, so we need to give that keyword robots, but we can only make so many new models for this edition, so we're just going to go ahead and shift the Mecharachnids and the Steambractids, and we're going to get rid of the Steambractid swarm, blah, 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 blah. Most of it makes sense.
Yeah.
Some people will be kind of upset, I feel like, for having Karis 1 suddenly kind of shifted from being burning to being robots. Me personally, I really like these sort of things that make you ask questions and the lore fills you in.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, Karis was the burning person, but due to circumstances in the story that you will not know unless you are aware of the story, she's now also the robot's person. And the robots are on fire for some reason.
Well, and I was
I feel like...
Go ahead, Vic.
Go ahead, Vic.
I feel like the swift departure of the Burning Man and her crash into the Earth face first might have some bearing on that.
Yeah.
She took the 1 point of falling damage straight to her cranium.
God, that's my favorite joke.
Yep.
The weird, very specific category of jokes about the shift from 3rd edition to 4th edition. That is my favorite joke. She didn't land until we ran into 4th edition rules. Instead of that being like 1 billion points of damage, it's just 1.
So what I was going to say was I actually kind of really like the melding of she's going more robot spider stuff because she's kind of picking up the leftover pieces of Ramos things and whatever she learned in the process of him teaching her. And then you meld that with, hey, I'm adding some of this fire magic, which was always based on chaos and letting go to reveal power for her, and melding them together. She's kind of doing a combustion engine thing, but with cocaine. I mean, soulstone dust.
Soulstones?
Yeah.
So what you're saying is Karis is going to invent the car.
She's going to invent the plane. She needs to hang out with Orville.
They just start hanging out at a bar somewhere.
Yeah.
Basic fucking Karis is gonna be his work wife. Trading one lady corrupted by the Burning Man to hang out with another lady corrupted by the Burning, but not in a cheating way, but in just hey, I just need friends that aren't out.
Maxine and Orville come over to Karis and say, "Hey, we saw you from across the bar, and we like your vibe.
We like your vibe." Yep. Except it's specifically the bar where the Burning Man Anonymous people are going.
Oh God, no! Sorry,
Maxine's got the crazy eyes.
We saw you from across the bar. We like your vibe. And Karis is like, yeah, but... And then she takes the Hitachi and puts it on the table. It pinches, and it occasionally sets itself on fire. And it makes sense because she's in the Arcanist faction, therefore it is still a magic wand. I hope someone out there listening to this got all of that.
Fuck.
But anyways, Karis has got mecharachnids now. They're no longer versatiles. Understandable. Weird wasn't entirely sure what to do with all of Ramos' shit after Ramos got arrested, and this makes a little bit more sense than just throwing them into the giant pile of 3rd edition Arcanist versatiles. Along those lines, Karis also got the steam arachnids. We got rid of the steam arachnid swarm and is no longer a thing. That's understandable.
Yeah, I don't think we needed that. We didn't need. I mean, it was a fun mechanic. I don't think it needed to be rehashed.
Yeah, they're really good models in 3rd edition, but that's not a good enough reason to keep them around when there's literally just 3 of the same thing that already exist.
That said, I personally would have liked to say get rid of the mecharachnids and keep the swarm for 2 reasons. One, to me, the mecharachnids always came across as a mechanic, not game mechanically, but engineering mechanically, much more, what's the word I'm looking for? A much higher level of design. So that always came across to me as this is something that her kind of being kind of playing with memories of Ramos's stuff and how to make it, probably beyond her passing interest in it. Whereas Wi-Fiing together a bunch of little spiders that she's making individually to work together seems a lot more with her. And 2, her keyword already has a good amount of 50 mil bases. Please give us something smaller.
So what you're saying is that she picked up the cobbler pursuit from Through the Breach, not the engineer.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Some of these we can
make
crank
shoes
out.
now?
We can
Fireproof shoes.
Crank out real fast. Okay, Captain left the versatile pool. That makes sense. I don't understand why he was there in the first place. Maybe because he had such a weird non-association with Tony, but she wasn't very usable 3rd edition as a versatile model. So honestly, he'd be a lot more useful as a versatile model now. but he is not. Like, just being able to fucking run across the board and drop a scheme marker 8 inches away as your bonus action is good
Yeah.
in this edition.
I'm honestly glad he's not loyal. Like, that still gives you the option. You just got to pay for it.
We've already got 2 loyal models in the goddamn keyword.
Yeah.
Saboteurs also lost the versatile pseudo keyword and went to MNSU, which I feel like was entirely on me. Thank you, Weird, for listening to me. I want to say that was one of my suggestions for my MNSU rewrite we did at the end of 3rd edition. Was for it to just take Saboteurs.
I'd have to go back. It would make sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Paul Crockett is no longer associated with the Chimera keyword. That makes all the sense. I'm not sure why he hung out with
his ability to get in so many factions. He is stuck in one now.
Yeah. I wish he was at all good. He is.
Rip.
He's not great right now. My opinion, but it seems to be sort of the consensus on the Discord, the main Weird Discord as well. But I don't know, that can change later down the line. Let's see. Scorpius is also no longer Chimera. Why the fuck was that begin with?
It was like a side project with Marcus and Ramos, and both of them. It's a very different course Scorpius. So
yeah, the idea of it like walking around with Tannerite. What's the horrifyingly hot metal eating thing?
Thermite.
Yep.
I like that. Good shift. Also, it wasn't the most fun thing to assemble, so hopefully a new one will be easier to assemble. Blackbirds and Shadow Arc left Witness. Also, why were they there in the first place?
Yep.
I don't want to feel like I'm dogging on Weird for it, but when you don't want to bloat your models too much, sometimes you got to try and figure out how to combine things together. And I'm not going to repeat my salt of why the fuck did we go Witness Performer when we could have done Performer MNSU and Witness Academic. That's just gone. So, but yeah, no, this is out of the two of them, the only reason I wish that I would say that they should have stayed in Witness is because Witness is also a really fucking small keyword right now.
Yeah, it's kind of surprised that they removed them from Witness, given how small the keyword is, but also like their models just don't fit the vibe.
And honestly, I'm kind of hoping going forward that we don't see, hey, every book, every keyword gets something. Like from a sales perspective, I get it that way. Every player has something new to buy in what they're already playing, but
that's so much.
It is so much, and it's I don't think it's sustainable lore wise, testing wise, balance wise, etc. I would much rather see, hey, this time around we're really focusing on these couple keywords that need new people. Maybe the fluff can be focused on those couple keywords that need new people, and we can introduce them.
These keywords are really small, so they're getting
Honestly, that's the one thing that I'm very uncomfortable about Silas is the fact that they've pretty much promised that we will get a 9th master for each keyword already. I mean, for each faction. I feel like that needs to be much further on down the road, but that's my opinion. Maybe we'll piss off a lot of people and suddenly Silas will actually reveal that his first name is Shinichiro and he is in the 10 Thunders as their 8th master. Just bait and switch the entire Outcast faction.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Oh my God.
That'd be hilarious.
Or like, I guess you could be Arcanists. No. I don't think they'd be too chill with all like the fucking with people. At least we get our automatons back.
There's better options there, I think. Also, I just don't like them.
Roman, do you think you could vamp about Dorian Crow for a bit while I run to the bathroom and get a drink? Okay.
Yeah, Dorian decided that he's very much more interested in the theater than watching people have just bad days, which makes sense.
I don't know. He seems like a gossipy bitch. He still wants to watch people have bad days, but he can do that in the theater.
Yeah, and there's let's
be real. He's getting He's getting plenty of tea.
Exactly. He's getting plenty of tea. Without the psychotic breaks, there's actually more people to gossip with, I think, is what's going on there.
Yeah. Pandora was too messy for him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm
unreliable narrator.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pleased where he ended up, and I'm biased, but I liked him in Pandora too. The one thing I would say is I think he as a model needs a little something, because I keep looking at him going, I don't know what role are you filling for that cost that I'm hiring you for? I'm not quite sure there, but that's a minor thing. There's always chance for that in the future. And he's just a pretty model and he's great. He helps move people around.
mhm,
That's
mhm.
something, but it's
Mhm.
in a very fast keyword already.
Yeah,
Yeah. Other thoughts?
don't need a lot of help with that.
Birdman. We keep the birds all in one keyword mostly.
Yeah, if I had guessed, I would have slated Crow to stay with Pandora, but he works either way. Not really too surprised at that one.
Another drink.
Sure. Yes? No.
What's he gonna do if you said no?
I mean,
That's true.
that's a fair question. What would he do?
Yeah.
If I said no? Thank you. Like, what would the remedy be if you were doing a bad job?
I know, right? And that is the end of my 5-part series on why Dorian Crow is in the correct space.
You were
Thanks
waiting
for
for that,
coming to my
weren't you?
Yeah.
TED Talk.
No, he's been talking the whole time.
I wouldn't doubt it, but I don't think it was actual material.
Valid.
Roman is very skilled at saying a lot, not meaning anything.
Goddamn right I am. There's a college degree for that.
Hell yeah. Okay, so it's one of those ones where I'm mildly thinking that he should have stayed woe. Just because I don't think he has... Why is he there?
Our consensus was he is a gossipy bitch, and there are actually more people without psychotic breaks to gossip with in the theater than with
The
Pandora.
Lucius
Pandora-
defense. Damn it.
Yeah, Pandora
Yeah.
was too messy and not a reliable narrator. He can get more reliable information from the girlies.
Okay, that tracks. This is where I'm like, Angelica feels like such a weird totem for
Smuggler.
Colette 2, but also like the next, just like on a math reasoning, Dorian would also be like the next in line, and he also doesn't feel like
Yeah.
a good totem for.
Well, and that was something I brought up is like, while I think thematically he fits, I think mechanically he needs a little something, because I have repeatedly struggled to figure out why to hire him in a crew that is that fast.
So my one suggestion here is obviously it's not going to happen because we have already decided 4th edition is set and has been going for well over a year now. Blackbirds would have been such a good thematic totem.
Yeah, I could have seen that.
Or again, this would have required adding a new thing, but like essentially, I know we have Shadowlark, but not Shadowlark. Get us a named Blackbird, like my focus is smuggling, not stabbing people.
I mean, like, blackbirds are stagehands, which is like the best sort of hybrid of this is person that's in show business, but their whole shtick is about slinking around and not being noticed.
Exactly.
Okay.
So get me a stage manager who also knows how to get around the sewers real fast.
Yeah. Little sewer guy.
Yeah.
He's just really charismatic. He's a fucking zombie for some reason, but I don't feel like the performer keyword would be that upset.
No, not at all. That actually makes me think of in Brain Penny Dreadful, where they have Prometheus, the Frankenstein's creature, working in a theater as a stagehand.
Nice.
Also, if you haven't watched that show, fucking do it. It is quite possibly the most Malifaux show ever made.
Okay, let's quickly slip through these fast because we just said we were going to do guilds. So we got to get going. Deacon Hellcrest left Revenant and went to Karis 2. That makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Probably would have been one of like my top 5 for staying in both keywords because he does really genuinely fit for both.
Yeah.
I guess my sort of gripe or like how I would have done it differently, but I'm not weird and I don't know how their decision making works. So obviously I don't know what it was supposed to work out, but he feels like a better totem than Herbie.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
definitely is for Burning Man Karis, definitely. I could have seen that.
As much as I love the Firebug joke and that our headcanon is that there's a bit of Herbert Kitchener in there, Karis 2 is all about the cult and Herbie's not a cult model. Or at least it doesn't fit the vibe. But that's that. Okay, 4 Winds Golem, left Monk. The only thing I have against that is Monk bled so many goddamn models in the edition change. I feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
But
bad time.
it being a golem makes the most sense. And I'm actually kind of surprised they kept the entire name and they didn't just shorten it to Wind Golem.
Wind Golem, yeah.
Let's see. Howard left Augmented and MNSU to go with Wildfire. That makes a lot of sense. I never understood why he really was MNSU in the first place, because he was the most upset about Ramos getting got. So that makes the most sense. He's going to go hang out with the person that was most loyal to Ramos.
Yeah.
Joss left Augmented because he is not going to go Guild ever.
God, no. Yeah.
Not
Absolutely
happening.
not. And if you got to put him somewhere, I guess this is just confirming that he has divested himself from being loyal to Ramos and decided that he's going to be loyal to the movement instead. So he's MNSU.
I like that, honestly.
Honestly, I would not have been that surprised if he also moved to Wildfire, but that's a huge ass keyword already.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And they like to keep
Carlos
their meat
lost-
people and their robot people separate, mostly.
Yeah, and I can see a world where Howard is loyal to Ramos the person, whereas Joss is loyal to Ramos the idea, and the idea of Ramos is the Union.
Yeah.
So
That's a
he's
great way
not
to
going to
put
let
that.
the Union die just because Ramos got.
He is loyal to his own personal idea of who Ramos was.
Exactly.
I think he specifically turned a blind eye to all the other real fucked up shit Ramos did.
Yeah.
Dude, it's his own fault you got lost a fucking arm. You need to snap out of him. Anyways, let's see. Just Carlos left Wildfire. The only reason he was in Wildfire because he had fire at burning mechanics in third, I feel. That was such a weird box.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the ice dancers and Carlos. Yeah. It's fine to just put him in Informer. Let him.
And Dabblers left Whizbang, another one where it felt like
that was a choice.
It was a weird reason to put him in Whizbang.
It was cute, but unnecessary.
I could very easily see logic and reasoning behind them. These are people just seeking out some kind of instructions for their magical abilities, and they're either going to go with the human guy, or if for some reason they're wanted for tax evasion or something, they might have to live outside of society, and the only person willing to take them in and teach them is this little fucker
The fucking
named Juan.
Goblin Wizard.
But I would have been okay. Honestly, I would have been okay with them staying if not for the fact that they're in the goddamn Damien core box.
Yeah, there's a core box model, which made it inconvenient at best.
Yep. But they very obviously learned from that. Good job. It's obvious, quite often proving to us that they're learning from things.
Mm-hmm.
And they still make mistakes, but they're not still doing the same bullshit over and over again, like full I go, you go turns.
Yeah.
Games Workshop. But yeah, that's all the Arcanist stuff that shifted around, and then we get into the relatively sizable list of models we lost. Steam Erected Swarm gone. We still have Steam Erected, so it's fine.
Yeah, kind of like a half point.
Yeah, as long as you can summon a bunch of them, you still can kind of get the vibe that there's just spiders running fucking everywhere. It's now a manual swarm instead of something you just get. The Soulstone Miner. Is it weird that I feel like the only reason we got rid of this is because it was just kind of a bad model?
Yeah, the models have gotten better. It was fine. They're kind of cool, but they're very it's a metal snake drill. Okay.
Well, and also, I think they recognize that the reason it was taken with what other things they've changed in this edition would have made it a problem. And that finding
it's what's a Soulstone Miner gonna do other than mine Soulstones?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was so not interactive.
Yeah, and I think they could have founded a new niche to do something else, make it a robot mole man, as it kind of already was, but just don't have it make stones. But given over the other things they needed to do anyway, I totally get why it's gone.
If I was in charge of deciding its fate, I would not have gotten rid of it. However, I would have made it solely Trixie.
Hell yeah.
Kick it out of the faction entirely. I feel like the faction is we're getting rid of Ramos, so we're getting rid of a lot of Ramos's ideals, and that Soulstone mining is a human endeavor. We need humans mining Soulstones. We don't need this weird snake thing. At least that kind of makes sense on a lore perspective, and also then you can have a new model because the old ones were meh.
Yeah.
And you get a gremlinized version. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay. My salt. I haven't mentioned this yet. Okay. Union Miners and Steve Fitters. They're gone. They are now kind of mushed into the same model, but also we have new sculpts for those models. So the way my brain works, my very neurotypical brain, by the way, I do not have anything wrong with my brain. I'm going to feel the new things because they're the new things and they feel like the most appropriate sculpts. And I'm just going to miss the steam fitters so fucking much. They had so much goddamn personality.
Yeah, they were good models.
Now, my main gripe about this is that as a person who is the professional MNSU player, and I'm not a professional MNSU player, the guy who's focused solely on MNSU for a long time and knows the keyword pretty solidly, it just kind of hurts that this entire keyword is about the union, which is the workers' the party here thing. It's so top heavy. It's a very top heavy keyword. And I feel like something that's supposed to be about the people should be a good representative of like, we make minions work in this keyword. And the fact that it is the MNSU keyword, the Miners and Steamfitters Union keyword, but we don't have miners or steamfitters. We just kind of jam them together in a singular model. That's my hurt.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I think that to redesign that would be an uphill battle from a dev perspective, just because it always kind of has been top heavy.
Yeah, I've been making my voice known about that since the outset of 3rd edition. It feels weird.
Yeah.
That all your good stuff is named models, but yeah. It's what they want to do.
Yep. I mean, maybe it's a statement of like, hey, while the power of the people is important, you still have to have your figurehead, your people willing to jump into a leadership position or something. I don't know.
I think it's part of it is also like one half of it still has to be the troubleshooters, which makes a lot more sense as a bunch of named characters.
Yeah, I agree there.
But this is also on top of the fact that we lost Ridges, and that is something I don't agree with, but we're not talking about Explorers yet. Let's see. Horcats, no longer a thing. Yeah, it's fine. No one really used them a whole ton.
The one thing I would say here, and actually go combine this with Ice Dancers. Say what you're going to do about Ice Dancers, because I'll roll those two together.
No speed.
Yep. Raspy, I tried playing her the other day, and I've seen her do work, so it's not that she doesn't work, but anything beyond murder, I feel like she really struggles with because she doesn't have any movement tricks, which she did. The same thing happened at the beginning of last edition until we got a rework where they gave her a bunch of movement tricks. So from that perspective, this feels a little awkward to me so you took away all the speed people and the movement tricks and the tricks from the Cultgeists. I think you could have left the Ice Dancers and just made them just her, or left the Horcats and made them just her, and not go with Marcus.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Not a huge deal to me. Just it's one of those things of that was a lesson I thought we had already learned, and I don't know if that just wasn't a conscious thought when they were designing the crew, or just people weren't bringing it up enough in beta or whatnot. But it's one of those I look at and scratch my head at, and I will not be terribly surprised if we see an errata in the future giving that crew more movement tricks again, so that they can play the game.
Okay. My only thing about Horcats that I'm going to miss is because it reminded you that Hoarfrost is a thing.
Yeah.
Which is a word that just people don't use anymore.
Yep.
Hoarfrost is a thing. It's not nearly as slutty as it sounds. Let's see. Moving
what are you
on.
talking about? It's so slutty.
It's the sluttiest. It's the sluttiest of Frost. Ice Dancer, I'm going to miss only because it made me like look up the history of figure skating and realizing it was invented in 1860.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
Every single one of these things, like, this is a bit out of place. This is a bit anachronistic, right? Like, this wasn't so old. Oh my god, this is that old.
Right?
I love Malifaux so goddamn much. Yeah, the thoughts on Ice Dancer Mobile Toolkit makes also all the sense.
That model was really redundant, especially for Hoffman, where it's like, oh, it's my bonus totem that I hire.
Yeah, it is just a mechanical attendant. That's it.
Just a second one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Once Hoffman left, it was a very easy one to just discontinue. Also, it was kind of a bitch to assemble, if I recall correctly. Yeah. Pathfinders. I'm going to miss Pathfinders.
They're
Technically
definitely
a guild inclusion, but
it's a fusion, but like the majority of the Austringer card is still Austringer. The only thing that's Pathfinder on that card is the fact that they gave him a giant ass gun.
Yeah.
Not a gun that hits real hard, but a gun that has a fucking range of like 18 inches.
Yeah. Which,
Damn.
if you had left them be their own thing, it would give that keyword a little bit more options to play with, I think.
Yeah, it's just adds on to this keyword's too small.
Yeah.
But that's something that's easily fixed. But it also just makes me kind of frustrated because now my Ostringers need to have guns and my Pathfinders need to have Burts. It's one of the few ones where I'm like, I'm cool with doing the proxy thing because that like each individual different kind of model has something on the card that is needed, but then I also need to kit bash, which I have already done. So my one Ostringer has a big old gun, I think I stole from an old rifleman, and then my Pathfinder has the goddamn cormorant from the Kurgan.
Hell yeah.
Excellent.
Just perched on his fucking lamp.
Other thought.
Yeah.
Give them a big-ass gun that has a bird stuffed in the barrel.
It's a t-shirt cannon.
Yeah.
Ah! Ah!
That's how the bird gets all the way over there.
Birds can fly. You know this, right?
Right, but but if they have like a movement of 8 or something, and they're suddenly 18 inches away, they were moving faster
You
than
make
they
it a
could fly.
double fly.
So our last two, Poison Gammon, we're very much a victim of a bloated keyword.
Yeah.
I feel like
Something
if
had to go.
Weird wasn't a business and didn't have to worry about model bloat and all this other things, they would love to give us a poison golem instead of killing the poison gammon, but it is what it is. Out of all of them, they were like the least used, so it's understandable. Besides, also technically, since they dealt out poison, they also were the exact same thing as a whiskey gammon.
Yep.
And we can't get rid of whiskey gammon because they're a lot
That's-
cuter.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Yes.
the domain of the whiskey gammon and golem.
I do think that making Poison Gammon a stand-in for Wind Gammon was a good idea, because you already have them.
It's entirely the base size, I feel like. Wait, no. Poison gammon were 40s.
No,
No, they're 30s.
they're 30s.
Oh, okay. My bad. What with? Yeah. I thought for some reason both of them were on 40s, but neither of them are on 40s. I'm going to blame the rum. Okay, mannequins. On one thing, they're just a very classic model, and it's kind of sad to see them go. But on the other hand, they were a dick to assemble.
Tiny pokey fingies.
Still also would have been a better totem than fucking Angelica.
Also,
Because one-
that's a good call there, honestly. I hadn't thought about that. But in the
Yeah.
lore, most of the time you see them, it's like they're mentioned as kind of costume helpers and backup dancers and kind of things. But in the
Look,
lore,
okay.
you see them as defending the girls in the sewers.
The most memorable thing I remember from the lore involving mannequins, for me, was the talk about Colette doing a smuggling job and getting caught by someone, and Friday the mannequin running around with her head off.
Hell
So
yeah.
always in my mind, mannequins are actually more associated with the smuggler version of Colette
Yep, that makes a ton of sense.
because of that one specific, very memorable scene. Also, the fact that they're named after days out of the week. Okay, we're done with Arcanists.
Yay!
Let's try and
Yay.
get through Guild real quick.
Burn through Guild real quick.
Guild.
Should be-
Lucius.
Lucius
No,
stayed.
no.
Yeah.
It is the shit stirring model of Malifaux.
Yeah,
He's got to.
he had to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got to have
There was-
drama.
Like,
If he didn't stay, the only alternative would be for him to, like, suddenly there would be a very well-dressed Nephilim causing Nekema all kinds of trouble. And that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
But this is the better option.
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
he's really the one, like, formerly dual faction keyword that gets away with having keyword models in a different faction because all of his,
Yep.
doppelganger types all stayed in purple.
Because they also
Doppelganger,
love
changelings, and
stirring the
Kurskins.
shit pot.
Exactly.
It is an entire species that's just all about the fucking drama.
Yeah.
I love Lucius so much. I don't think I would ever
Disturbers
play
of the
him, but
peace.
he is like one of the most iconic masters in Malifaux that just gives you the Malifaux vibe. It's a doppelganger, but instead of like being a super secret agent spy, he just likes fucking with people. His entire MO. I love him. Okay. Hoffman left the Arcanists. Oh, actually, real quick aside, very, very, very quick. I forgot to mention this during Neverborn because Gwill wasn't actually like listed on the list. No, I'm not blaming anyone.
yes.
That was my fault. Gwill could have been dual keyword with Faye.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
Yeah, but also like he's gonna be in the core box or one of the boxes.
Yep.
So like,
no, yeah, like that's obviously the reason, but like it fits to me. It would make a lot of sense.
I think the thing with Gwyll is Gwyll specifically is anti-Titania.
Because he's the last of the dryads.
Yeah, I think there was a lore thing where Gwyll is not cool with Titania, so it makes sense that he's not in that keyword.
In that case, that makes sense. Okay, back to that. Hoffman left Arcanists.
Yep.
That always felt temporary to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really kind of a figure out the Ramos thing, but yeah, he's not. Didn't really ever feel like he was ever going to leave the faction.
Yeah. Like
there's a world where that could have happened, but
he is a guy that needs like structure and rules, and the Arcanists are a bit too much anti-structure for him.
Yeah.
Because he's very neurotypical.
Yeah. Normal guy.
Yep. But like Guild still needs like this is the puppy character. He's a genuinely good person, so not everything about the government is awful. Which obviously, like, we also soften that up a bit by removing like the enslaved Nephilim, which we'll get to later. Yeah, no, Hoffman was never going to leave Guild.
Yeah. And while we're on Hoffman, we can talk about Eddie, formerly the Metallurgist.
Yeah.
From Outcasts. Eddie Clark.
I don't know if it's Eddie or Edie.
Oh yeah, I guess that could be Edie.
I think it looks vaguely feminine, so I'm leaning towards Edie, especially since the spelling is Edie.
Yeah. That's fair. I hadn't thought about that.
Edie never looked very Frycore, so
yeah.
Also, Hoffman
needs
needs
outside hire.
Hoffman needs someone to talk to that isn't a robot. Holy shit!
Does
Hoffman
he though?
Makes a friend.
Yeah, except normally when he makes friends, he literally makes them.
Exactly.
Edie is just a replacement for Joss. I feel like Hoffman actually had decent conversations with Joss, and now that he left the Arcanists, he's got to have someone he can actually talk to about robot shit.
Right.
Yeah, no. Like, the only problem with Hoffman leaving Arcanists is obviously the robot vacuum that they just kind of had to shoehorn Karis into.
Yeah,
but again,
Karis.
Okay, this is the thing I didn't mention before. Karis gives me RPG character vibes. Like, obviously, was originally designed for this person being all about burning and stuff and whatnot. But I feel like somewhere down the plot, she had to shift to being robots. Which I've played enough RPG characters like that. We're like, oh, we need someone to do a different role. Or, oh, this particular plot twist in my story was so cool that I'm going to change up how this character acts to fit that.
Or the player of that character, like, badly burned themselves while playing with fire and was like, I'm going to tone down the fire a little bit. That's traumatic. I'm going to make robots instead.
I like to think then the story, like Hoffman's like, okay, we've gotten rid of every single last cache of Ramos's. There isn't any more to begin with at all whatsoever anywhere throughout Malifaux, so I'm going to go back to my original employer. All the while, Karis crashes through the roof of the last cache of Ramos's robots. And that's the big reason why she shifted over. She found a whole bunch of new fucking toys.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Like the Hitachi.
It cushioned her fall.
All these sharp metal spiders.
Spiders, yeah. It was a perfect landing.
Oh. Hi, hon. You okay?
Yeah.
Maybe. Just enjoying us being us.
We're gonna go through Guild really quick, you say.
Okay. Like
we're on number 2.
The Masters are always the slightly longer ones. I think we're done with Hoppin', right?
Yeah. We should be good.
Yeah, we should be able to put through this. Sly. No, makes sense.
I would have liked him in Kin, but yeah, I get why he's the family totem. Makes sense.
Definitely I would have liked him to just all be in both, just so that we have that interspecies combining, like the Bayou is willing to have humans in it kind of thing. But again, also because Sly is like the gun runner, the gun supplier, and the mechanics of Perdita 2 is about handing out upgrades, sort of like guns. That makes a lot of sense. Edie Clark, we already talked about Edie Clark. Edie. The disease containment unit left Plague, and I'm actually surprised.
I'm not, because it was a bit redundant when they also got the fumigator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does that
That's
make
probably
sense
why.
that the guild has someone on hand who is a disease specialist. What I don't like is that it's the totem for Butcher Dashel. I feel like they could have done something else and had this just be a model in the crew.
Yeah.
What would you have done instead? And even if it was a new model, would you have done for a new totem for Dashel too?
Gosh, that I haven't put too much thought into. But
Something about encouraging him murdering things.
Axe sharpener.
Yes.
Dude, just like
I feel like
weapon caddy.
yeah.
yes. It's a dude with a golf bag.
You got a golf bag full of axes.
Like
Your cleaver, sir.
and like a grinding wheel, just zzz.
like a mobile grinding station.
Yeah.
He's in a golf cart.
Yep. Yes, give us more little cars.
The inventor of the fucking golf cart.
And the other seat is the grinding wheel, and then just
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. Spacing out.
August is next, and journalist.
Yeah.
Nelly Two Totem.
Yep.
Going back to the DCU, because I'm now
Okay.
remembering what I was going to say. Sorry, real fast. I promise, real fast. I agree. The weirder thing is the fact that it's the totem, then it's shifted to the guard keyword versus the plague keyword. And I also agree the reason it did shift to the guard keyword instead of the plague keyword is because of the fumigator. But also in my brain, the first introduction of the disease containment unit, specifically the artwork, came from Through the Breach, which, spoilers, it is a person that shows up and you think that they are, someone fumigating, someone fighting the disease, but in fact they are corrupted by the Hamlin and the plague and the disease and all that stuff. So the fact that they are like secretly in congruence with Hamlin and plague still makes me feel like their loyalty should lie towards that keyword. But that's Through the Breach.
I think that's just what the fumigator is now, is that character essentially, whereas the DCU.
Yeah. Also, Hamlin doesn't need hot ladies, so
True.
that's the one thing for guild for guard. Oh shit! I unplugged my headphones. Okay, told you this quick. August Hort. Yep.
Yeah.
It makes more sense for him to. It was weird that he fit into Tormented, but also I want him to be in Tormented just to be the weird guy out.
Because he's like chasing the story, and so like having him like chasing Jackdaw around is kind of funny, but he's still doing that in Journalist. And I love him. I love him there. He's a good time.
The idea of like Jackdaw is entirely like spirits that are sort of in line or created by him, and then this one guy,
this freaky little guy,
this fucker.
Peacekeeper's no longer versatile.
Was it? No, wait, no. The out of keyword mechanic didn't exist in second edition. I don't know. It's an iconic model for the guild, so it just seems a little weird that he's out. But also, like, it's a robot. It makes the most sense if he stayed with Hoffman.
Yep.
Wait, false witnesses?
False witnesses were journalists last edition, which I think just for the joke of bearing false witness. But I think it makes sense to just keep them in elite. It's easier to balance them that way, and then because them and Newsies kind of fill a similar role. Yeah, like model wise,
similar,
cheap
but
little guy.
Just the fact that they aren't in on the whole "we're secretly a bunch of mimics" thing felt like they should have stayed in Journalist for me.
That's fair.
That's my only thought. But mechanically, a lot of these decisions from Weird are based on mechanics or the fact that they are a game company.
And especially for the minions, you're not going to get a ton of lore as to why this minion fully shifted keywords. But again, I get it for those.
Well, and honestly, it's not that hard to go, oh, these false witnesses are definitely mimics just stepping into whatever role they need to be, whether or not they have the mimic keyword.
For Elite, they're not mimics, though. They're just people that Lucius is hiring to lie at court.
Right. But I'm
against the enemy.
But I'm saying they easily could also be mimicking whoever didn't want to take the money, but now we still need them to say things.
They could be mimics, or they can just be shitty people who want money.
Yeah.
Two things can be true.
Both are possible. And then we have wardens who are now just guard.
Sure.
Which, that's fine.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Spread some robots.
Makes a lot of sense. Also, that means that the crime and punishment box you don't need to buy and then not be able to use the executioners for augmented.
Yeah.
Good.
Which probably just becomes Dashel 2's box at that point.
I would bet.
The models that we completely lost. Got some spicy stuff here.
Mm.
We were talking about my frustration with the Death Marshal Recruiter. Also, I just really like the sculpts.
Yeah.
And I know I understand the idea behind proxy, but my very neurotypical brain is upset that this is technically no longer an official model for something in the game.
Yeah.
I very much agree. I really liked the idea of there being kind of a hierarchy beyond there's Jay, the judge, and the jury, and then recruiters or marshals. Like having like a I don't know, a unit leader within each branch so that Jay doesn't have to be everywhere all at once made a lot of sense.
If I didn't love Asset 17, I would suggest that they be totems for J2.
Yeah, even if it was just one of them.
Yeah, would be
Like,
interesting.
don't do two, just do one. Do a Death Marshal Recruiter as the totem.
Alternatively, keep Asset 17, just put one of the Death Marshal recruiters sitting on its shoulder.
Okay. This is the most controversial to me decision Weird has made in 4th edition.
Guard Patrol.
And that no more Guild Guard.
Yeah.
No more
beat
basic
cops.
Guild Guard. What?
What?
Never in a million years would I think they would get rid of this model.
Yeah.
I realize they're old sculpts, but like basic bitch ass cops.
Yeah, it seems odd. I don't
It's
know if
so
it's like
Malifaux.
Dashel leading a more elite force with like just having sergeants, but I don't know. Yeah, it seems odd that there's no just regular mooks.
If anything, I would assume they'd just move to like a peon status.
Right.
I could see that.
Yeah, I could have seen that.
Not necessarily that they're people that can only take one hit and die, but more like they are people that the second any sort of opposition happens to them, they're like, fuck this. I'm going to go back to mining.
We could get more of them.
Let's see. Guild Steward? Like any other thoughts on the reason on
No,
Guild Patrol?
I agree. It seems odd, but again, probably more of a balance thing and giving the Dashel a direction that is more like, because I mean, he's a captain, so like I don't know, maybe he's just bringing a more higher up force.
His entourage is people that are actually good at their fucking job.
Right. He's not concerning himself with regular beat cops anymore. He's bringing the best of his best.
He only concerns
I'm willing to buy that.
He only concerns himself with people who don't make him do more paperwork.
Yeah, it just is a shame that we don't have the beat cops anymore for that reason.
Yeah. Guild Steward.
Stewie.
Another very iconic model that I'm surprised to see leave.
Yeah, moreover that they gave him an alt.
Yeah, that's my big question.
Ulrich.
Volkov.
Yeah, and that's just a lawyer, which seems odd.
Yeah,
but
because that is such a great sculpt too.
He looks very lawyer-esque. So
yeah,
honestly though, if you said he was sergeant, I would also buy that. But also, we already have a shit ton of sergeants because Guild Patrol are now sergeants, I guess.
Yeah. There's a lot of models you could sub that guy in for, and I wouldn't question it.
What a more classically controversial model than the Guild Steward. It's been either like completely useless or overpowered or a mix of both for a long time. So maybe that was why, is because it just seems so something.
They're sick of dealing with it.
Yeah, okay. This little fucker. It's the fucking quill in his hand.
Yeah, that thing was a pain.
The sculpt. The sculpt is the reason they kill it. Okay, I'm good with that. Yeah, never mind. Move on.
It's not that people are never ever happy with what they do with him. It was the
because that
quill.
thing was a problem.
Yeah.
That's
Riot
this
Breaker.
little shit. He is carrying a book, even though obviously he cannot read. Riot Breaker. Yes. Okay. The only reason I'm not okay with this is because Juggernauts. The fact that we have the alt models for Dark Souls Hoffman that are no longer a thing.
On the other hand, they never made alt guardians, so you can just use them as guardians because they have big ass fucking shields.
Yeah,
and it works just fine.
Fair.
So like,
I'm honestly kind of surprised that these didn't, with the loss of guard patrols, but we kept wardens. I'm surprised these didn't go to Dashel as kind of showing. We're moving our cops more towards robots.
Automated.
Yeah.
Automated police force. And the sergeants are more like handlers.
Yeah.
Yep. And that would make the most sense because they were the ones that kind of actually the ones that kind of stood out from Hoffman's normal crew, because it's sort of weird that he invented a robot specifically designed to shoot unarmed people.
Yeah.
Pellet guns and giant shields. All right.
Yeah, those are definitely polygons and not just gun guns.
On the other hand, those models were kind of a pain though. Like I find that because they have a really thin spine, like spinal cord that connects their pelvis to their thicker body, so that was kind of a breaking point. So I can see maybe they probably just got rid of the sculpt for that because they're not great.
Yep. And our last one, the Sanctum Spellcaster. This makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, and you have
I'm
the
cool
guild
with
mages
it.
now too.
Mhm.
So like,
Yeah, I don't think people terribly liked the artwork or the model.
Yeah.
1. 2, Weird is very much shying away from the entire concept of slavery
Good.
yeah.
Good.
and
Good,
people that
good,
were
good.
forced to do a thing because if not, their heads exploded is a form of slavery. So,
Yep.
like, we still got witchlings, but witchlings have that fantastical divide that
Mhm.
allows it to be slightly more acceptable, sort of like Seamus.
Yeah.
So yeah, I fully understand why we kind of tossed them. That makes sense.
And
But-
also, if memory serves, witch hunter's still a pretty sizable keyword. So losing the
Yep.
little
Mhm.
guys that nobody really used that much or were the worst of the worst. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's cool. She's got
Yeah,
other war
that's-
crimes she can do.
Never stopped her yet.
She'll just create new ones.
Yeah,
It's fine.
she'll innovate.
It is enrichment.
Girl bossing into the record books. The entire point of the hag was to bring her down. All right, we're done with guild. That's half, and we're plenty of time into this recording. So I think it's a good place to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. My timer is stopped at 2 hours and 19 minutes and 55 seconds. So let's hope that we didn't lose a bunch of this.
No, that's why I
No,
got 2
that's-
hours and 20 minutes. So
Yeah, I'm at 220 also.
It finally skipped. Okay, cool. We're good. I trust Riverside. They've probably tested this a lot more than I have, but that's good. We got another half to do. Some more content for y'all. So I'm excited to do the rest of these, especially now that I'm no longer salty about Arcanist. I'm still very salty, but look, okay, like they did some weird stuff to technically my 2 main keywords now being MNSU and Frontier. Okay, so I have less content for the next one. The next one's gonna be shorter. Yay!
Yay.
All right. Thank you for joining me on this lovely endeavor, talking and being salty, but mostly talking and having fun. Victoria,
Yeah.
thank you, Nate, probable hobbyist.
probable, very probable.
I'm just now naming people's names and subtitles. Roman, the cat herder,
Yes.
and thank you, Pokemon Master Thundergoose. my Lapras' cholera.
I definitely read that as
I'm sorry to hear that.
as Pikmin Master Thundergoose and did not question it.
So, because I'm just going to give you this information because I'm like a full cup of rum in at this point. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon, therefore Pokemon Master. Thundergoose has been my long-standing internet handle when I'm feeling very silly because it's based on a very old meme about ostriches. And in my game today, while I was playing at the neighbors during our potluck, I got a Lapras and I decided to name that Lapras Cholera. Don't ask me why. I always go with the first name that comes to mind that doesn't offend me.
How much rum had you had?
I've
at
got
that
some
point?
weird ass... Nothing. It's just how I name Pokemon. I should read you all the shit I have in Pokemon Go, but that is a later episode, or maybe a bonus episode.
Yeah,
I don't
do a
fucking know.
bonus episode.
We should treat our patrons a little bit better. They've been so nice to us.
Yeah.
Also, we've got a 10-year anniversary come up. We should do fucking shit. So if you have any ideas, you listener, give us some suggestions because I want to do something because I love you. And also, we've outlasted fucking everyone. Get fucked, Kyle Bodie, who schemes and stuff. He doesn't play Malifaux anymore. He's not going to hear this.
Malifaux anymore. He doesn't listen to our podcast.
Just run up to his house, knock on his door. He answers it and be like, I'm better than you. And then fucking crab walk out of there.
Oh, God.
Crab walk, the ultimate sign of disrespect. Anyways, thank you for listening to us. And as I always say, fun is always king. We had a lot of fun in this episode. This was a great recording. Thank you all.
Oh, yeah.
Love y'all.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Oh my.
Songs used in this production are Villainous Treachery and 5-Card Shuffle. All music is created by Kevin MacLeod and is licensed under Creative Commons.